engaged with. Some people might agree completely or disagree or whatever, but engaged with at least. That is why these creatives people think that way. So how do you see the current generation engaging with whatever you have written, whatever you have said, whatever you have been, whatever you have published?
Thank you, sir. It's a wonderful pleasure being here at Kalinga Literature Festival. This is the biggest I have ever been. So I will be talking about my book and then get to sir's question. Okay, when I ended up writing, actually I got my education from the USA. I went there for my graduate degree, and like after completing my graduate degree, I thought like I need to enhance my writing. So I took a diploma course in cinematic writing, and over there, like they told us like we can write books. For that, we have to submit them 2 chapters. All right. I mean, if that is good, they were going to help me out. And then I thought like, okay, I will write something that is new for them. Because if I just write about America, being in America is not going to make sense much. So I wanted to connect Nepal. And like connecting Nepal, like is again a very broad term. So I wanted to connect rural Nepal. So I gave a name Rolpa. And if you happen to check where is Rolpa, is one of the impoverished region in Nepal. So I came with the title Rocking Rolling Rolpa. So it just gives the positive connotation, right? So and then Americans, my target was to hit Americans so that because Sir rightly mentioned in Nepal, we have less than 1% who tends to read books in English. But I want to get that 50% of 1% that will get my job done. So for that one, I need to make a character that will touch them. So over here, the protagonist in this particular book, the character named Joshi is only 21 years and he's traveling. This is what the genre that most of the students like, and the new generation whom I've targeted this. So how do I connect? So I just wanted to use like the 40% content to USA, and then the remaining 60% to like there is 10% in Kathmandu, then and there 50% is in Rolpa, and they will just get this cultural differences also. Because I mean, talking from the marketing point of view, also what sells in Nepal. I don't know about India, but in Nepal is America sells a lot because American dream is very high in Nepal. So I thought like, okay, this will get you acquainted to America, and like you'll get to know about your ruler part of your own country, Nepal. So this has been my marketing strategy. So after this, like this started getting attention from college students, because I used to do a lot of session, like going there and promoting my book, and then why they should read the book. And I am thankful to more than 100 colleges all over Nepal, like who actually helped me out on this one. Otherwise, like this book has never got this scenario which I'm getting right now. So like once they got this book, I was just waiting because I just left the book open-ended, and I was a little reluctant whether I should write the next book or not, but I was getting so much of like I had left my email address and all, they want the second part. So after that, after 2 years of wait, I ended up writing this one. This is actually the sequel of my first book, Rocking Rolling Rolpa, Foolproof. And over here now, I consider myself as an emerging writer after the success of my first book. So second book, I just thought like, okay, this time I have to do something different. Like it's like this is filled with humor, and like the content is pretty much easy, I would say. But over here, I blended the content so that I can be a change maker in some way. I talked about the education in rural Nepal, the stigmas and taboos associated with women, and like divorce and polygamy and all those, and without losing much essence. So this is how things happen good for me, and like people are getting noticed. Like in India also, my book is in Flipkart and all those. Like every once in a while, if I get a review, I just check the location where I'm getting this review from. If it's outside Nepal, wow, I'm doing a good job. So this is how the journey has been.
Thank you. I think that's an incredible story, because taking Nepal to USA and bringing USA to Nepal, and that kind of interaction, and saying that there are cultural exchanges happening in that, and making a novel instead of giving it a story or a documentary style presentation. So those stories are important, storytelling. Coming back to our first panel expert, Badri Narayan sir, you have written several books, manuscripts in North India, culture, identity and politics, and Kansiram, who is perhaps the most iconic
time. Maybe it's possible from that book one. And field related.
So I'm writing a suspense.
Tired just like having this book out, and I'm so I did my second project, but it will be a novel because my first book is a book of short stories.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to write a longer form, a
Thank you.
novel.
What's your next book project? Quick answer, if you can.
My next book is currently like after my book Foolproof got good accreditation because of its suspense. So I'm writing a suspense story, but for that one I'm doing a lot of research by reading a lot of suspense novels and reviewing. I get books from novice writers and give their reviews. So from there I'm actually learning. So my next book I don't have like much like a name and nothing in my hand, but the theme is going to be suspense.